Hi, this is Dave, Bell Reading Guide. Welcome to this week's map reading task. This week we're in the Peak District. I've taken a photograph and I've highlighted two features. So we've got the red feature circled there. I want you to identify that and work out its elevation. I want you to identify this feature highlighted in yellow. And can you work out where the photo was taken from? This week, the map that we're using is the Harvey's Superwalker. And I've got permission from Harvey's to use the map for this task. So there is the map features that I've highlighted somewhere on there. Let's have a look at the photo in a little bit more detail. What can we see? Well, I'm obviously looking down quite a steep slope, the ground dropping right to left as we look into this valley bottom, and we've got some very distinctive river meanders here. And then on the other side of the river, we've got steep ground rising up through this woodland or plantation, and we've got an obvious fire break there. That's a feature that we're trying to identify. If we follow this river upstream, it disappears from view in dead ground here and then reappears again here, along, and then at this point here it changes direction off to the right, and the feature we want to identify is above that stream there, as just before it drains down and changes direction. It looks like the red feature, I'll just zoom in a bit for us, looks like it's some kind of cliff or crag, and it's not right on the top of the slope. It's below the top. It's some distance down the slope. And then if we look in the foreground, we've got a man-made feature, a dry stone wall going down the hillside. It also looks like we've got a fence posts, so we've got a wall and a fence both immediately in front of us, so that might help with the photo location. Right, so can we see any of that on the map? Well, we've got some obvious plantations on either side of a river, the River Allport, and if we come downstream from the top, we get into the valley between the woodland, and then here, look, we've got these distinctive meanders there. So we could say, well, there's a fire break, but if we come down this fire break, it comes down to the river at a straight point. There's no meanders there, are there? Whereas this comes down to the meanders. So that big fire break, I think, is this one here that comes down much wider there. So if that was that one, then the next one along that comes down to the meanders has got to be this one here that's slightly obscured by the words Allport Valley Plantation. So that is the feature in yellow. The feature in red is, as we said, upstream and round the bend and above that. So if we go upstream, 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 and then there's the straight line of the river, and then it bends around a bit more northwestwards there. Well, we can see this crag feature here, Grindlesgrain Tor. There, going through the I and the O is the contour on the break of slope where the ground changes from less steep to more steep, and then the crag is about 2 contours down from this index contour. What elevation? Well, if we come back here, we can see that this thick index contour line is 450, and then the next index contour line 5 contours down is 375. So they can't be going down in tens, because it would be the next one down from 450 would be 400 if they're going down in tens. So you can work that out. They're actually going down in intervals of 15 meters per contour. So if we know that, let's just zoom in a little bit more so we can see a little bit more clearly. If this one is the 450, the next one down is got to be 15 meters below that. So 435, and then another 15 meters below that, 420. So your elevation for that is 420. It's worth remembering that for Harvey Maps because they're all in 15-meter intervals. What about the photo location? Where were we? Well, as I said, we're on a down slope. We're at this side of the bottom of that fire break, and we've got this wall in front of us. So we've got to be on this side looking down. We're already on a slope, so we can't be over here because this is sloping down to the northeast. So we've got to be on this slope here somewhere. There is a wall, that black line there. Let me zoom in again. There, and we can see that it is just to this side of that fire break going down there. So let me put an arrow on the map for you. The photo was taken from just starting to go down the slope here by the dry stone wall, looking over to the crags there on Grindles Grain Tor, and not that fire break, but that one there. So not too difficult this week, but I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you maybe learnt something about those contour intervals. Thanks for watching. Look out for next week's map reading task. Bye for now.